Hello, welcome to our residency elevator system. So before I starting by demonstrating the secret, I would first like to introduce the all the components that are being used in this project. So first of all, we have two counters, which is sequence counter that we count down all the level that have in our sequence. So we have total of 8 level starting from level 0 until level 7. And after that, second counter is about real counting. We will activate the alarm if the password that is being entered is strong 3 times. And it will reset back to 0 if the correct password is being inserted. And then we have the comparator, which is going to compare the input level and also the display output that have been produced by the synchronous counter itself. Then we have the clock disabler, which is used for disable the clock. And after that, we have two password decoder. First one is for residency pass, and the other one is for visitor pass. And then we have the access level decoder to set the visitor accessible level, which is level 0, 1, 6, and 7. After that, we have two multiplexer, which is music multiplexer and also emergency multiplexer.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I will be presenting advanced circuit 1 from our group. So today I will explain for certain part while my group mates will explain for the other part. The part I will be cover in this circuit is residency pass, then alarm counter, emergency multiplexer and music multiplexer. Okay, as we can see here, there is 7th floor in this building. For residency, they can access to all floor. Meanwhile, for the visitor, they will can be accessed to certain floor. So for the past residency, we already set the password is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here we use NAND gate so that if one digit is wrong here, so it will not give input 1 lah, so it will give 0. So for the inverter part here, for the if we give 1, then for the 0 part, here will be invert to 1 so that this none will give an input 1, so that we can try 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we put 1 here. So X we put 1 to going up. Okay, so we enter the floor that we want to go. For example, we want to go to level 5, which is residency room. So we put 5. Then we give pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Okay, for the alarm counter part, it will get input from two from this residency pass and visitor pass. Then so if one of these password is wrong, so we on the so if one of the password is wrong more than 3 times, then the alarm counter will be on. So we put here is 5, so the password is wrong here. Then we give an impulse, then it will come out. count up. Then if the password is still wrong, it will count up more, and if wrong, so if 3 times, then the alarm counter will be on. So to reset this alarm counter, we can enter the right password so that the alarm counter will be reset to 0. Okay. Next, we will move to emergency multiplexer. So for this emergency multiplexer, it will get input from the user if there is problem with the leaf. So it will be 1. So the emergency output here will be 1, and it will inform the admin emergency service here. So when the admin notice this problem, it will give 1 for emergency service. Then the user can give the output 0 as the admin already noticed. Then when the admin give 1, so the output here will be 1, and then it will go to clock disabler, and the lift will not work if the emergency service is 1. Then we can see here, we try a test. For example, we want to go to level 2, then it will not work even if the password is already correct. Then when the admin is set to 0 emergency, so the lift can be used again. Okay. For the last part, for my part is music multiplexer. So for this music multiplexer, user can choose if they want to on the music or not. So here we can turn user can give input 1 if they want a music, then the music will play, and if they don't want, they will give input 0, then the music will not play. Okay, that's all for my part. Thank you.
So I will continue to demonstrate level 1 by using VisitoPass. So to support, as usual, we will activate the synchronous counter and alarm counter by setting the clear and preset to 1. So the counter has been activated. After that, we set the direction that we want to go, whether to go up or go down. So as currently we are at level 0, I will set it as 1, which is going up. So the level, for example, the level I want to go right now is level 5. So I will give it a pulse. As you can see, the display output does not give any count up or countdown sequence. This is because we does not insert any password correctly. So as I'm demonstrating the VisitoPass, I will demonstrate inserting the password. First attempt is I insert it wrongly, which is 0999 instead of 9999, and then I give it a pass. So the alarm counter detects the wrong password and give the counter right now is 1. After that, I insert different password, which is wrong also. It will detect 2 wrong password. After that, another wrong password. It will detect 3 password wrong. And if I try to give another wrong password, it will also detect it as 3 times error. And the alarm will turn on automatically after 3 times password is being inserted wrongly. As soon as I inserted the correct password and I give it a pass, it will automatically reset the alarm and it will turn off the alarm itself. So, as I want to try to run it, it also does not count up. Due to what? Due to, as we are using the visitor pass, visitor only has 4 accessible level, which is level 0, 1, 6, and 7. That's why we use the access level decoder that have been set uh, the access level only. So here is level 0, level 1, level 6, and this is level 7. So as we need to insert the correct input level for the visitor. As example, 1, I give it a pulse, it goes up. And then if I want to go to level 2, which is residence 0, that cannot be accessed by the visitor, it does not count up. The same goes for level 3 and level 4, and until level 5, it also does not count. That's one level 5. Right until it inserted level 6 and level 7, it will count. So, level 7, okay. The same goes for going down process. So we will go down. We want to go to level 6. But level 5 up until level 2, we can access. Level 4, level 3, level 2, up until level 1, we can access. As it is a cafe level and also lobby level. So every time the comparator detect that both display and input level are the same, this output door will indicate 1, which is shows that the door is open. So I will give another example as I did not explain earlier. For example, we goes out again and we goes to level 6. We go to the gym. Right now, the door is closed because we want to go up. As we go level 1, it's also closed. Level 2 also, level 3, level 4, level 5. And when it reaches level 6, which is the same as the input level, the door will be set to 1, which is open. Right after that, I will demonstrate the emergency multiplexer on how it is functioned. So let me reset back the value. So for example, the person right now want to go to level 7, but suddenly in the process of going up, some emergency occurred in the lift. So this S0 is the selected input. If we set to 0, it will goes to the emergency service, and the admin will decide whether the lift need to be serviced or not. So to call the admin, we need to execute the emergency call first by set the S0 into 1. So if we set the S0 to 1, emergency call will be activated and the emergency status will be set to 1. So we will call the admin itself. After the call, we set that to 0 and the admin will decide whether uh, the lift need to be serviced or not. So as this case, I want to show the example of emergency service will be executed. So right now they are on level 4. As I want to give it a pass to go up until level 6, it does not comes up because this emergency service, when it is equal to 1, it will be directed to the clock disabler. It will disable the clock. As we see this an inverter that will invert the output of 1 into 0. That will disable the clock. So, for example, that the admin does not give emergency service, but the emergency call is being executed, such as kids are doing a prank call or what. So the admin does not decide to give it any service. It will going up as normal. That's why we use the admin switch button to avoid such as prank call or what. So we also have music multiplexer. So we initially put the S0 into 1 because usually when we go into lift, music is automatically on. So for example that some people are not comfortable with the music, when you can set the S0 into 0, so the music will be off here. So other than that, as we are using two different paths, we can only use two we can only use one pass at one time. So for example here, let me reset back the value. So we want to go to, for example, we use two pass put 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here, right now we are at level 0. We want to go to level 6. It does not come out. This is why this is to avoid that it have a confusion of our password detector. So the user itself only need to use one pass only, and because it will disturb the visitor accessible level here if we insert residency and also the visitor pass, unless if you put the input level the wrong one, for example 5. So when it is 5, the visitor pass will not be activated due to the input level is being inserted wrongly. So the only one that will be activated is the residency pass. So as we give it pass, it will come up. That's why we use XOR gate here to detect the presence of port 1 value. I think that's all for demonstration of advanced circuit 1 by using visitor pass.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So for the next part, I'm going to explain about advanced circuit 2. So basically, this circuit is same with advanced circuit 1. The difference is this circuit we get from this circuit we use this component, while advanced circuit 1 just use logic gate. So this we get this circuit by converting the logic gate from advanced circuit 1 and use the this component to make the wiring and the circuit simpler. For example, here we use comparator, multiplexer, decoder, and decoder. Yes. Okay. Okay. For example, to see how this circuit work, we then enable the clock, enable the counter. So we set the enable to 1 to enable the counter. We set the clear to 1 to always set the this output 0. This okay. And then whether we want to go up or down, we set the X to 1 to go up and set the X to 0 to go down. Okay, so for example, we want to go up. Okay, now what we want to go, for example, we want to go to level 7, and then if I'm a resident in a hotel, okay, when I want to use the elevator system, I enter the password. For example, I'm a resident, so I will know the password, enter the password correctly. For example, if I enter the password correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the decoder work. For if you can see here, this component is set to Y1. So the output will be 1. And this is Y2, the output will be 2, and this same for this and this component. Y3 and Y4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the password is correct. And I want to go to level 7. I give the output on this XOR will be 1 because XOR either one these two is not same, so the output will be 1. So either one, so the output will be 1 here, and enable the clock. Okay, and then we give the clock pass. As you can see, the elevator system work because we enter the password correctly. We give the clock pass 1, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay, now we are at level 7. Okay, but what if we enter the password? We enter the password wrongly. Okay, we enter the password wrongly. For example, we want to go down. We want to go down. I'm a resident. So this the level that I can access. All the level on the hotel I can access because I'm a resident. For example, I want to go to level 2, residency room. And if I enter the password wrong, here I change it to 2, so the password is wrong. This where the alarm function. This alarm will be function when it will be triggered when we enter the password wrong 3 times. For example, we want to use the counter. We set the preset to 1, clear to 1. For example, as we can see here, we enter the password wrongly. 2, 2, 3, 4 is wrong. And then we the clock pause. Okay, for example, we the clock pause. Okay, the first time we enter the password wrongly, if we set to, so the output will be 0, 1. And then we enter the password wrong again. We give the clock pass 1, 0. And then we enter the password wrong again. So for this time, for the third time, the alarm will be triggered and the output alarm will be 1. Okay, so that's how the alarm counter works. Okay, and then if I enter the password, if I enter the password correctly, for example here, 1, 2, 3, 4. The password correctly, I want to go down. And the password when we give the clock pause, the alarm counter will be set back to 0. That's how this alarm counter work. And we can go to level 2. Now we are at level 2. Okay. And then for this multiplexer, when as we all know, the multiplexer known as data selector. So when the S0 is the select data, and this is the two data output, I0 and I1. When the select data is 1, it will make an emergency call to the admin, and the admin will decide to service the elevator system and disable the clock. Here, if admin want to service, okay, so admin service, we will disable the clock. For example here, I can use the elevator system because it disable the clock when admin equal to 1. If I set to 0, we still can use the leaf because it will not disable the clock. Okay. Same for this multiplexer. If we want to set the music off, we just press the button. Press the button, and it will be 1, and then music is on. Press the button again, the music is off. That's how the multiplexer works. Okay. I think that's all for my part. Thank you.
Now for the visitor part of the elevator, it is split into two sections, which is the access level part with the access level decoder and the password part in the password decoder for the visitor section. So for the access level decoder, it is going to check whether the level selected is one of the levels available for the visitor to use, which are level 0, level 1, level 6 and level 7. The decoder is going to check if the level entered is one of these. If it is indeed one of those 4 levels, it is going to give an output of 1, which will complete the first part to check if the visitor can use the elevator. The second part is to check if the visitor password is entered correctly. In our case here, it is 9999, so there are going to be 4 different decoders checking whether each digit is in the correct place with the correct value. In this case, all of them have to be 9. So to run a test here, first we'll put our enable as 1 and our clear as 1, so we can use the elevator. Then we're going to put X as 1 to go up, and then we're going to put our level as 6 to go to the gym, and then we're going to enter our password, which is 9. So then here, since it should pass both tests levels because it is in the correct in one of the accessible levels, and we entered the password correctly. If we click here, we see that it goes up 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and if we click more, it stops because we have reached our destination. But now let's say we want to go back down to level 2. Now it should not work because we are not in one of the accessible levels, even if our visitor pass is correct, and if we click pulse, nothing happens. So if we try to go to level 1, but we entered the wrong visitor pass by putting 0999, we can see that if we click the pulse again, nothing happens because both tests have to pass for the visitor to be able to use the elevator. And that is the end of circuit 2.